You alright, fuckers and fuckettes. Now, what we're going to talk about right now is the Obama EPA has just, via mandate, directly attacked motorcyclists everywhere, and the people that are riding the little scooters. See, what they've done on their, well, not their latest mandate, but their latest mandate that concerns us, those of us who ride, is they have put these mixed pumps where you've got E15 and E10 both, and they slipped E15 under the radar. I mean, it's only been approved for use in vehicles 2001 and newer. But at these mixed pumps, they put up a 4-gallon minimum purchase. Now, where's that leave the guy with the little Honda Spree scooter that's getting 150 miles to the gallon, but the damn thing only holds 0.8 of a gallon? Where does that leave people like me? I just filled this tank from bone dry twice. It holds 3.26 gallons. That's it. What am I supposed to do with that extra? Am I supposed to carry a fucking can with me? Give it to the next guy in line? Hey man, you want to pump the rest of this shit in there? If Obama stays in office, we know that giving it away is probably not going to be a good option, because we're going to see some $9 a gallon gas. It's already, I just saw it at $4.58 this morning, right here in Venice, damn Florida. We were staying under $4 forever. You know, thank God I got bulk tanks, but I get a little break on it. But that's the general problem with these Democrats, is they'll pass shit like this, and the Obama EPA is Obama's baby. He can't blame that on Bush. He's let them go crazy since he's been in there. He's let the whole damn government go crazy. You know, and they're claiming that it's because you have to have 4 gallons for the shit to get mixed out of the hose. Well, stop me if I'm wrong. I know how these mixer pumps work. Unless they're pulling from the tank, which most of them are not. Most of these mixer pumps are mixing right there at the pump. There's a pump inside, and they just pick which one they're going to suck out of. So you got that hose out there. Now, allowing for 17 feet of hose, you're at roughly a quart of gas in there. Possibly 2 if you've got fat hose, which maybe whoever did that is, you know, in California or something where they use that fat hose. But after a half a gallon, all that E10's out of there, and you're on E15. You might lose a percentage point, or you know, you might be at 12.5% ethanol instead. And me personally, I've rejetted enough carbs to bring engine temperatures back down to normal to compensate for all this ethanol, but I know that ethanol is wrecking engines. Anyone in the marine industry that works on outboard motors will tell you the same thing. That ethanol shit's fucking up some motors at 10%. Now they're going to bring it up to 15%. But that mandate, making a 4-gallon minimum purchase, is a direct attack on those of us who ride motorcycles that are getting a hell of a lot better mileage than any car ever dreamed of. Granted, I've got some bikes that don't get no gas mileage worth of shit, but hell, even a CB900, if it's relatively stock, gets 50-60 miles to the gallon. And that's the problem with our ever-expanding, ever-invasive government. They don't think when they make these mandates, and you know, that's not an actual law, it's an EPA mandate, but you know, what do? Fuck. Yeah, it's like for years they mandated putting catalytic converters on cars, and it turns out, hell, I can make an engine burn a lot cleaner without a catalytic converter than I can with one. They don't think. You know, they don't think of the ramifications, the effects. Now, anyway, back on how those pumps work. By 2 gallons, you know, you're completely on E15 if that's what you're going to be burning. If it's mixing in the pump. So instead of a mandate forcing those of us bikers to carry cans, or the guy on the scooter to carry a big fucking can, because it's 4 gallons, not $4 worth, that they mandated. That pretty much fucks us over. You know, why didn't they mandate that all the mixer pumps do their mixing right at the pump, and not a pump in between way back in the lines? That would have made a lot more sense. Because then, like I say, like most common mixer pumps, you would be, 2 quarts would be unusual for a hose to hold. So if you got 2 quarts of 10% and you got 2 quarts of 15%, that's a gallon at roughly 12.5%. So by 2 gallons you're so close to 15% again, it's ridiculous. But the EPA doesn't think things through. And I guess we all better start figuring out how to mount gas cans to carry along with us instead of saddlebags, you know, because they failed to exempt motorcyclists from that rule, and that was a lack of thought on their part. All right, we'll holler at y'all fuckers and fuckheads later.